Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do reverse tie-dye on a black t-shirt. So what you're going to need is dye colors if you choose to use them. You will need bleach, rubber bands, and gloves. You'll also need a spray bottle filled with water, and this is what we're going to use to saturate the shirt. Now this helps to hold the dye, as well as it makes it a little bit easier to fold and wrap the shirt up when it's a little bit more damp. So let's flip it over, do the same thing to the other side. Alright, and now the shirt is nice and damp, pretty saturated. So now we're going to jump right into folding the shirt. So now you could start your spiral from anywhere. You can choose like a corner or wherever you want really, but I am going to be doing mine right in the center. So what you're going to do is pinch the fabric and just twist. And you're just going to keep twisting until the entire shirt is basically in a round type circle. Now you're going to tie it up with rubber bands just to keep it all together. And you want to make sure that you gather any loose fabric to make it, just to keep everything bound pretty tight. And your shirt should look something like this when you're done. Now let's get to the dyeing portion. So I always work over a sink just because all of the dye and mess can just go right down the drain and you don't have to worry about it staining. So make sure you put on your gloves because dyes will stain your hands. And now I'm going to start with this bleach I put into an empty dye bottle. And I'm just going to soak the shirt. I'm just gonna go ahead and pretty much stick to the surface of it. I'm not gonna go into the creases necessarily. I'm just going to pretty much saturate the entire surface of our folded shirt with bleach on both sides. As you can see, the fabric is already starting to change colors a little bit. And I've never tried this before. I thought I would throw in some colored dyes, so I'm trying some blue, red, and green to put on top of the bleach. Like I said, I'd never tried it before, but I thought it might be kind of interesting to try and see how it turns out, see if any of the colors actually are noticeable on top of the bleach. So, I mean, you guys can try this however you want, really. And I think that is pretty much good for me. Now we're going to bag it up in a plastic bag, something that won't stain, and we're going to let it sit overnight. Alright, so our shirt has been sitting for about 24 hours, so let's take it out and we'll get an idea of what it looks like, and we'll rinse out all of the dye and get it ready for wash. Okay, so you can see that the shirt is pretty well bleached and you can see some of the colored dye on there. So what we're going to do is just rinse it under cold water. And the point of rinsing it out first is to get out all of the excess dye that didn't soak into the shirt. And you'll know when you're done when the water coming off of the shirt is completely clear. You don't want to see any more dye coming off of it. Here we can get an idea of what our shirt looks like. And then you're going to continue to rinse it out, like I said, until the water is completely clear. Alright, and now I think that we have all of the dye rinsed out of the shirt, so now it's time to wash it. So all you need to do to wash it is just go ahead and toss it into your washing machine, add your preferred detergent, and wash it on cold. And you can just do a normal cycle or however your machine, whatever machine options you have. And then let's start and wash and dry.